I'm enjoying today's show. Let's start with Chelsea, shall we? Oh, what's happening there? Chelsea boss Frank Lampard spoke following his side's 2-0 home defeat to Brentford last night. That's Chelsea's 5th defeat on the bounce. Lampard said he doesn't blame the fans for booing the team.
You're a Chelsea fan, you've been used to 20 years of success, and you're used to it and you want it more. And I've got no problem with fans booing. I'm not sitting here to go against the fans and say, don't boo the players. You're throwing that question out there. Absolutely not. I'll defend the players because I know that they're young lads who want to do well. Is there an issue with confidence? Yeah. Is there an issue with the balance of the squad? Maybe, yeah. When you say I'm exonerating the players, far from it. I'm just supporting them in the fact that they're in there disappointed because they wanted to win that game today and they performed, in my opinion, like they wanted to win it. Are they short on confidence? Yeah. Are we dynamic enough in the final third? No. Have we been for a long time before I came here? No.
A front line last night of Sterling, Gallagher and N'Golo Kante. Don't adjust your radios, I've not got that wrong. N'Golo Kante playing
I had to check various different sites to make sure that was correct because I thought, what, Kante up front? No. Like I remember Sarri getting pelters
100% right
for playing Kante a little bit further forward.
Yeah. And everyone was going, you've got the best holding midfielder in the world.
Why are you playing there? And he got hammered for it. But then to play him up front, I mean, Kante's biggest strength is him winning back the ball, the engine that he's got, and playing it simple, not scoring goals. So to put him up front, and again, if I was Aubameyang and I'm sitting on the bench and you've got N'Golo Kante who's starting ahead of me, up top, I'd be, well, not even just at Kante, by the way, even the other two, I'd be like, no, there's something wrong here.
I've got a little stat here. So Aubameyang last night had more touches in 45 minutes than any other player for Chelsea in the last 5 matches.
Wow. I thought it was shots on target.
Shots on target, sorry, yeah. Shots on target.
It's incredible. But look at Lampard's record. The last 15 games, how many has he won?
None.
How many do you think he's lost?
12?
13. And he's drawn 2. In his last 15 in all competitions.
What happens? Can they sack him?
They can sack him, but if I'm Frank, I'm saying, do you know what, enough's enough, I'm going to have to just walk away from here. Because he's clearly out of his depth. The squad's got no confidence. And if he continues, and I'm just hypothetically, if Chelsea was to not win another game and he was to lose the rest of the games, he may never get another job again.
Yeah, you're right.
Like ever again.
And then next game is away at your place, is that right?
Yes, Tuesday night. So it's one of them where he comes and gets beat again. What happens then?
Do you think you're saying you think he should walk to just save a bit of pride?
Yeah, I would.
Do you think the club will sack him?
I don't know if the club would sack him because it would look like it's incompetent again. Because
yeah, but look at Spurs, right?
Yeah, but some Chelsea fans would go, well, why'd you bring him back in the first place? If you bring an interim and then sack the interim.
Yeah, but look at Spurs, Stellini. Spurs realised it won't work and get rid.
Yeah.
I mean, say what we want about Daniel Levy, and we did actually. We went after him when that happened. But at least he pulled the trigger. Yeah. Right? At least he thought, it's not working, I need to change it.
And one thing I will say is it's a lot more of a difficult decision than it is for Stellini. Stellini has got no affection, no association with the club whatsoever. Yeah. He was there with Conte and that was it. For Chelsea fans, you talk about their all-time record goal scorer, one of their greatest players ever. You remember when they brought him back, a lot of Chelsea fans were like, do you know what? It makes sense. I think I heard Andy Jacobs sit and go, do you know what? It makes a lot of sense.
How?
But I honestly think for his own kind of like pride, I would go, do you know what? Enough's enough. I know he's a proud man. He'll keep going. But as I said, if he continues and he doesn't win another game, or they go out in a whimper, he may never get another job again.
I just think he's going to be too proud to walk away. I think he will think he can fix the problem. But as soon as you start playing N'Golo Kante,
even Conor Gallagher's
your man down the middle. I just don't understand that. That's a worry. If I'm looking at that, I'm like, what's going through Frank Lampard's head that thinks N'Golo Kante, one of the best defensive midfielders in the world, should be playing up top? And then Todd Bowley's in charge of this mess, and it is a mess at Chelsea. I blame him more than I blame Frank Lampard. And I blame Todd Bowley more than I blame the players, because he's made the decision to put Lampard. What are you expecting when you bring back a manager that everyone sacked? What are you expecting?
But I think that was a quick appease the fans, try and get some kind of credibility back with the supporters. And I can understand why they did that. But when you just look at his record and stuff, and even who Chelsea have got coming up, they've got Arsenal. I know Arsenal at the minute are Arsenal, but they've got Arsenal at Emirates. I'd expect Arsenal to win that. Well, I'd hope they win that.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Bournemouth away. Bournemouth are fighting for their lives, so I couldn't even guarantee they win that. Even Forest at home. You start looking at it and going, could Forest win that?
Because of the time of the season, Forest just seem to be getting a bit of...
And then they go to the Etihad. That could be a cricket score, that.
Yeah, it could be a cricket score.
That could be a cricket score, that.
Yeah.
So, if I'm... Do you know what? Do you know who their last 3 games of the season are?
Newcastle's in there.
Yep. And your boys.
Yeah.
That is...
Yeah.
He might go not win another game. If I'm Frank, I'm going, do you know what? Enough's enough.
He should walk away, right?
Yeah.
He should walk away.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.